Back with the WMAY morning news feed. I'm Greg Bishop. Conversation with John Boch from Gun Save Life. Chatted with him yesterday.
Of course, we've got the FOID card challenge that's working its way through courts. And then, of course, we're waiting for a decision from the Illinois Supreme Court on our Deerfield case, challenging the gun and magazine ban there in the village of Deerfield.
So that's just
we'll be interested to see what the Illinois Supreme Court comes with in that appeal that Deerfield filed.
some of what's expected to come up when it comes to gun rights and litigation against various government laws and measures, from the FOID card to what happened up in Cook County last week, where the Illinois Supreme Court actually shot down gun and ammo taxes. So some background here. Back in 2012, Cook County implemented taxes on guns, an extra $25 per gun. There was also an ordinance to have 1 to 5 cent per round of ammunition tax, which added for all of the large ammo purchases that there may have been in Cook County. So the county argued that the revenue generated was necessary to help pay for the fallout of gun crimes. But Peter Patterson, he was an attorney for Gun Save Life, and he said during oral arguments in May in front of the Illinois Supreme Court that the government can't tax free speech and it can't tax the Second Amendment. Ultimately, the Illinois Supreme Court agreed and said, in sum, for the foregoing reasons, we hold to satisfy scrutiny under a uniformity challenge where a tax classification directly bears on a fundamental right. The government must establish that the tax classification is substantially related to the object of the legislation. Under that level of scrutiny, the firearm and ammunition tax ordinances violated the uniformity clause, and that was a 6-0 ruling by the Illinois Supreme Court. Chief Justice Ann Burke took no part in the ruling, the court said. But I reached out to John Boch, one of the plaintiffs from Gun Save Life, to get his reaction yesterday. And here's some of what he had to share with us. And I bring that conversation to you now. So, John, how do you react?
Well, the implications for those outside of Cook County is that the legislators in Illinois have been flirting with expanding this gun and ammo tax statewide on all guns and ammo purchased, and they've also been talking about additional surtaxes on very popular selling firearms, police patrol type rifles, and magazines that feed them. And so all that stuff is off the table right now, and thanks to Gun Save Life.
So you can see how a ruling out of Cook County from the Illinois Supreme Court shooting down Cook County's tax on ammo and guns, that has implications statewide. And we haven't seen yet any such bill surface this legislature, but I've seen similar types of bills being proposed in the state legislature in all the years I've followed the state legislature. So Gun Save Life founder, executive director, president John Boch says that it's important that organizations like his are there to stand up for Second Amendment rights. But he also talked about other organizations, including the National Rifle Association, which stepped up to the plate on this case as well.
And Chris Conte was one of their lead counsel. He's passed away as this case meandered through the courts, but it was his brilliance that put the case together, and ultimately it was carried into the end zone for a big win for us.
So ultimately, I guess what was the court's takeaway from your understanding?
The court's takeaway is that the law violated the equality provisions in the Illinois Constitution or something along those lines, and you can't tax one particular item at a different rate than another item is the bottom line without a specific purpose for the monies. And they ruled that the purpose that Cook County offered up in their gun and ammo tax ordinances did not meet the muster. And they could always revisit the law and try to re-implement it with a more narrowly tailored place to spend the monies, but we can always revisit in court as well. And I can't speak entirely about it, but we're not done being a thorn in Cook County's side in this case yet. There will be more announcements here in the coming couple of weeks. Cook County hasn't heard the last of us.
So, sharing with you a conversation I had with John Boch from Guns Save Life. They were the plaintiffs in the case that the Illinois Supreme Court ultimately shot down, a Cook County ordinance that tacked on a $25 tax per firearm sold in Cook County, but a separate ordinance also tacking on a 1 to 5 cent per round of ammunition tax that really adds up because, I mean, you could buy $50 of or 50 rounds of ammo, and that would just tack on another 5 cents per cartridge, which is pretty incredible to think about how quickly that can stack up. But again, that was an ordinance implemented in Cook County back in 2012. Gun Save Life filed their suit shortly thereafter, so it's obviously taken a long time for a case like this to make it all the way to the Illinois Supreme Court, where ultimately they heard it in May and they ruled on it last week. So it takes a lot of time. Again, more from John Boch from Gun Save Life.
Well, the courts move at the speed of smell, and so it's important to be patient. But it's important that there's groups like Gun Save Life who can go to court and challenge these things. And it's the members of Gun Save Life that made this possible, along with support from the National Rifle Association's Institute for Legislative Action. They were instrumental in this as well. And it's just a shame that Chris Conte can't be around to see this latest victory of his. He's got lots and lots of them that he crafted over the years, but obviously this one's near and dear to us as it directly affects us as Illinois residents, and it certainly directly affects Cook County residents. We'll no longer have to pay these onerous surtaxes on a fundamental right, even if Cook County thinks it's an unpopular right.
And I did reach out to Cook County for response, and their spokesperson did respond and said that they're disappointed in the Illinois Supreme Court's decision related to Cook County's tax on firearms and ammunition. They say that they intend to meet with their legal counsel in Cook County and determine if there are any next steps that are warranted. They continue to maintain the cost of a bullet should reflect, even if just a little bit, they said, the cost of the violence that ultimately is not possible without the bullet. They say that they're committed to protecting Cook County residents from the plague of gun violence with or without the tax. And they later followed up after I asked, well, are you guys going to prohibit the taxation? Now, the Illinois Supreme Court has issued that, and they did finally get back to me late in the evening and said that they have informed the retailers and the tax collectors that they can no longer collect this tax on guns and ammo in Cook County. So while Cook County's disappointed in the ruling, John Boch with Gun Save Life, very pleased with the ruling.
We're just thrilled beyond measure. And of course, we've got the FOID card challenge that's working its way through court. And then, of course, we're waiting for a decision from the Illinois Supreme Court on our Deerfield case challenging the gun and magazine ban there in the village of Deerfield. We'll be interested to see what the Illinois Supreme Court comes with in that appeal that Deerfield filed.
And these are things what you expect in the next few months or next year, or?
Yeah, the Deerfield case was argued, I believe it was back in September were the oral arguments. So we anticipate a decision here in the coming 2 or 3 or 4 months. And the FOID card challenge is at the circuit court level right now, and we'll probably get results on that about the time you and I are eating tapioca pudding in a nursing home sometime.
So again, that's John Boch with Gun Save Life reacting to the Illinois Supreme Court ruling against Cook County's tax on firearms and ammunition. And he says, again, just to reiterate the importance of this case, he says it's not just for Cook County, but it also sends a message statewide to state legislators that these types of things can't happen. They have to be very careful about what lines they look to try to cross. Since 2012, Cook County's taxed guns. So that is the latest there on the gun legislation up in Cook County and the Supreme Court's handling of that case. It's right here on the WMAY morning news feed. All right, let's